focusing process, we're going to bring the laser from its home position over the stainless steel plate so we can start the focusing procedure. We'll start out with bringing it out in the x-axis, going negative, making sure it's in the handle. Alright, so the next step is you want to make sure that you're over clean stainless steel, and then the next step is to take the nozzle off. You want to make sure you don't lose any of the parts and that you keep it clean, set it in the same clean place. So the next step is you're going to want to turn off the work light so you'll be able to see the blue spark that the laser makes. And then after that, you'll go and press the laser condition button. In this menu, you want to make the peak power 700 watts normal, and then you want to also make your frequency 100, pulse duty 15, and then air 100, and your pressure 0.3. Then after that, you'll hit the position button twice so you can get into the menu and see your Z-axis. Okay, the next step is going to be to make sure you turn your handle to times 10, and then you want to move it to your Z-axis. At this point, you want to turn the discharge on, and you'll hear a whistling sound. At this point, we'll lower the Z-axis with the shutter open until we get a blue spark. Then we'll go into origin, go down to the Z-axis, and do 0.0, zeroing it out. At this point, we'll obtain the blue spark 3 more times to get an average of the 3 numbers in the Z-axis. So after you've got the blue spark the first time, you'll want to move it half a turn in the x-axis, positive, and then you'll go up half a turn in the z-axis just to make sure you're over clean stainless each time you go for the spark. So after you've gotten the blue spark 3 times, there'll be the number that you record from the blue spark. You take those 3 numbers and average them, and you'll move the z-axis to that number, which we got 0.059, and then you'll make that your 0 point in the z-axis.
First you set Z to negative 0.25. Alright, you make sure that the axis is set to Z and that your handle is set to 10 times 10. Okay, after getting your blue spark 3 times, you then take the average of those 3 times and divide that by 2, and you'll get the desired Z value, which is for us 0.025. So you'll go ahead and set that to negative 0.025, and then you zero that out, and that is now your new Z value.
So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to set the gap of the nozzle. So you're just going to spin this back on, just finger tight. Next step will be to turn the non-contact sensor back on. You make sure that there's no error codes on the screen. Then you go to your Z, and you'll go negative until you make full contact with the stainless. And once you hit the stainless, you look at the screen, and it will say that the auto gap control alarm came on. And our goal is negative 0.040. And then, so you're gonna come to adjust it. You're gonna come to the nozzle. Right here, on the side here is how you adjust it up and down. It says up and down, and 1 click equals 0.004. So in this case, we would want to raise it. So now that those clicks are adjusted, you'll come to your Z and zero it again. And then you raise the Z to what you just adjusted, what your goal was, which is 0.04. Now that we have our 0.04. You're gonna hit reset to clear your auto gap alarm. And then you're gonna go to your laser condition button. And then you're gonna have your gap control adjust. Once you push that, it'll come up, lit up. Press the gap control capture, which is gonna set the gap to the 0.04 that you just set it at. Now you're gonna take the handle and move the Z positive and get your number to 2 inches. Press the MDI button, and you're gonna be right here. You're gonna do M, 3, 2, and you need a semicolon, which is actually the EOB button. Now you can see that the semicolon is there, and you press input. Now hit the cycle start button, and your laser just went down back from 2 inches to your 0.04. You know, you confirm that your Z axis position is 0.04 on your Z, but you have a gap right here. You can just adjust it very little. We were 0.03 above, so we just moved that. Now that we're back to our 0.04, you're gonna press the handle key and confirm that you're very close to 0.04, which we are. And then make sure you press number 1 again, which is a gap control adjust, and make sure it's unhighlighted. And then press the reset key. And now your gap is set.
Okay. Now we're gonna center the nozzle. Take a look at the screen quick. You see here we're at the laser condition. And we're just gonna make a few inputs. So peak power, right now it's at 700, but we're gonna need to change that to 300. For pulse, we're gonna want the normal pulse frequency. So NRM, that's the normal frequency. Oh, there we go. So set to 100. It's already set to 100. For pulse duty, it's currently at 15%, but we're gonna need to bring that down to 4%. And then for our assist gas, we're gonna use oxygen. And then the pressure, currently at 0.3, but we're just gonna change that to 0.0. All right, so for centering the nozzle, we're gonna have to open up these doors here. But first, I'm gonna switch it to the X just to bring it closer to me. All right, so now to center the nozzle, we're gonna take a little dust from the machine, just so it makes a little mark on it. So you're gonna take that, put it right on the nozzle there. You're gonna take your clean tape, stick it right up there. All right, so now we have the tape in there. All we have to do is make a little mark to make sure that the laser is centered. So we're gonna turn on the discharge button. So I turn it on and off real quick. Open it back up. All right. Now if you want to look close, I know it's a little hard to see, but you can kind of see a little pinhole there in the middle of the black mark. Basically, you just want to get that as center as possible and use a magnifying glass to help you out a little bit. It was pretty centered, so we're just gonna call it a day for that, but I'll go through it quick just in case yours is off center. All you gotta do is take the mark that you saw, put the tape back on there, and then adjust these screws accordingly. So you have 4 screws, you know, turn that one in to push it a little bit that way, turn that one in to push it a little away from you. It's pretty simple, might take you a couple tries, but you know, with each try you should get a little bit closer. Got it.